Hi, it's Alexis. In this video, I'm going to explain you the common mistakes I see amongst my clients, the mistakes that are sort of killing any effort they are making to get back with their ex. I'm a bit mad today because I just got off the phone from a client who actually did all of them. He just didn't listen to what I told him to do, and guess what? It's gonna be very hard for him to get back with his ex. So I listed the 6 mistakes he he did 5 of them. But I told him, do this, this, and this, and he did the opposite and completely damaged his chances to get back with her. Quiz to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. It takes 2 minutes and you get an answer whether you have any chance or not to get back with your ex. So let's get to it. What's the first mistake? The first mistake, please do not beg. I keep on saying that often, always and always. Do not beg. I'll explain you why it's so important. Do not beg, because when you beg, they are convinced that they make the right decision. Whether they're right or wrong, actually, but they feel like, oh, they are so inferior that I'm better than that person. They didn't make that decision in one day. You have to acknowledge that when they break up with you, they didn't make that decision in one day. It took a long time to process this. And by begging, it's not something that would convince them to get back with you. It took them maybe months to come up to that decision. So it's not just like by begging. It would be so easy, right? And so what happens is that they listen to this little voice, the little body inside. Like, you should break up with him, you should break up with her, you're better off, and they listen to that voice again and again, and at some point it's too much and say, okay, it's over. And so what happens psychologically in their brain, the more you beg, the more they feel they're right. So it's a common mistake, people. It's, and I'm not talking about how you feel in your heart, in your body. Don't listen to your heart in that case. Don't beg. Please don't beg. Second thing, don't be angry. Look at Barney Stinson. If you're angry, stop being angry instead. Why is it so important? Because again, it's going to reinforce their decision. They're going to see yourself as someone who can control himself. They're going to see like, okay, and another fight. We kept on fighting, and now I decided to break up and have it's starting again. They're going to be repulsed by that. And it's going to create a negative anchor. When they're going to look back at their decision, they'll see you fighting, you being angry, you having the wrong behavior. What you want to show is you want to show strength. If you are strong, happy, balanced, you wouldn't have that anger in you. And again, I know it's easier said than done, but try to be that strong person. Try to be the strong version of yourself. Force yourself. Fake it until you make it. And you'll see it's going to work. Because being happy is attractive. Being hateful is repulsive. Remember that. Being happy is attractive. Being hateful is repulsive. And at the moment, what do you want to be? You want to be attractive. Number 3, do not talk about it to all your friends. I'll explain you. It's a little bit detailed here. If you talk again and again and again and again, it means that you haven't solved the breakup. And you don't want to show that to your friends. And so when they perceive that you're talking about this breakup to all your friends, to all your shared friends, they will feel in the position of superiority. Because the one who clings is inferior. The one who leaves feels superior. And I'm not saying that your ex is superior than you are, but that's how they feel. And the more you ask people around, the more you're going to comfort them in that position. And so often, and it's guys or girls, often when you think, I'm just going to tell people, don't tell anyone, actually leads to people telling everyone, right? It's like Barney Stinson, right? You tell him a secret and everybody in the whole of New York knows it. So remember that. Don't try to think that when you tell someone secret, they keep it secret. Well, you know already, right? So when a friend talks about it around, you have like two cases. First one, it's paved by bad intentions, and you don't know it in advance. You have this, the theory, the psychology theory of the flying monkey. So the person who would take the information and revert it back to either your girlfriend or boyfriend or to their friends, and then the messages gets blurred. Maybe sometimes they start with a good intention, but this flying monkey is really, really detrimental in your strategy to get back with your ex. It could be also led by jealousy. You know, someone maybe was single and he was a bit jealous that you were in a couple. So now that you're single, they would want you to stay single. Or maybe you were jealous because they felt that you didn't deserve to be with your ex-partner. All these kind of things can work. And I've seen that a lot of times. Sometimes you feel that you can trust some friends or people around you, and actually sometimes they are just prefer that you stay single or prefer that you have another relationship. And the worst is sometimes they want to go out with your ex. Usually you know already these people, but you know, be mindful of the Barney in your friends. So there's the second case is like it's good intention. They're gonna say, oh yeah, sure, I'm gonna talk to him, I'm gonna go talk to her, I'm gonna fix it for you, I'm gonna make it work. They think that they can influence your ex. But what they're going to do is they're going to tell them, oh, you know, I've spoke with Alexis and he cries every day thinking about you. They're going to say, oh, we're going to talk to your parents about it because I know that they know, you know, your ex's parents, because they will convince her and so on. And so they are really paved with good intention, but the result is it always creates drama, it always creates stress. My advice is you have to talk to one person, only one. Either a professional, a psychologist, a coach like myself, or your best friend. That's it. Limit your interaction with people. That's not a subject of conversation, your breakup. If you want to have advice, and I know sometimes you're a bit in the dark, you don't know exactly what to do, you want to confront what's your thought process with someone, do it with one person. Don't do it with all your friends. What's the number 4? Number 4 is do not try to manipulate. Again, don't do the Barney Stinson here. Don't try to manipulate your ex. Why? Because, first of all, it could be obvious. Not everyone is Barney Stinson, so sometimes it can be obvious. And Barney Stinson is very obvious sometimes. Now, of course, as you can be obvious, you can be caught. And so the risk benefit is really, really bad because there's so much risk for you being caught, and the benefit is actually not really, really powerful. Because whenever your ex sees that you create jealousy artificially, you will look pathetic. So even though maybe they had a bad image of you, but by being caught, trying to be manipulative, trying to lie about dating, having a very successful dating life, or these kind of things, they're like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this girl like pretending? I don't feel like I'm attracted to that person anymore, to that, that fake person. And so you become way less attractive. Because remember, now you have to focus on being attractive. You have to focus on being happy, you have to focus on being attractive. Number 5, don't try to look happy too quickly. Again, super obvious, super common mistake people make. And the way they would see it, your ex, they would say, okay, so now they're super happy just 2 days after we broke up. Did our relationship mean anything to them? And so they will really, really have bad feelings towards you because of that. Also, it's back to manipulation. You're lying, you're pretending. You don't want to be pretending. You want to be, of course, showing strengths, but you don't want to manipulate the other. Instead, what you have to do, instead of showing, faking that you're happy, you just cut any communication. So if you want to be sad, if you want to be down, you do it, but you don't show it to your ex. And and implementing that radio silence, that no contact phase, really, really help you being right to yourself, being true to yourself, and be confident. Work on your confidence, work on your happiness. Now the last one, before I move to the last one, again, take the quiz. Takes 2 minutes, it's free. you get a result, and you'll know if you're gonna get any chance to get back with your ex. I left the comment, I forgot to say it, in the first, the link in the first comment of the video and also in the description. Have a look, enjoy. Number 6, do not ignore him or her when they contact you. I'll give you an example that I actually got recently. A client who told me, he sent me a text and I replied after a week, and that was a year ago. So I thought, yeah, maybe just because you're ignoring your person, they think like, okay, I'm over, it's done. So don't overdo it. When your ex contacts you, don't take weeks or months to reply. You know, don't reply within 2 seconds, and that's the two extreme cases I want to explain in this part. Is the first one, as I mentioned, is ignoring your ex for any messages or taking like ages to reply. The impact of that is that your ex will go away. Simply, it's like, okay, I have no value for that person anymore. I guess they moved on. Why would I risk, making myself look silly in front of them? And usually what they do is when they send a text is just to test the water. So don't try to, overcomplicate it. Don't, and again, as I mentioned in a lot of my videos, be light and subtle, be light and easy and fun at the beginning, few sentences and that's it. But don't ignore them. The other case, and I see that a lot, so you're in radio silence and your ex contacts you and you're like, oh my God, you're contacting me. It was so tough. Life was crap without you. Life was meaningless. Oh, so glad you contacted me. I've never stopped to think about you. So, and you understand, like, these are the two extremes. I don't give a fuck, to the, oh my God, life was so bad. Of course, you know where to stand. You know how to be balanced and measured in the way you interact with your ex when they contact you. Don't see it as a fight. I'm gonna win because she or he made me suffer. Now he comes back to me. I'm gonna make him suffer. No, just be balanced. If you want to be back with them, be balanced, respect them, and it's gonna be okay. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment. Take care. Bye.